Dhammapada 32. In our this book is page 95. We will start. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the best one, the assorted one, the fully enlightened one, the Suzuan or Han Zhen Zhen. Already start here? Are you? Okay. So we turn to page from this book. That is page 95 and Dhammapada 32 is actually the last of this chapter, Appamada chapter. Appamada bhikkhu pamade bayada siva abhabo parihayana hanaya nibbana seva sampike. The bhikkhu who delights in heedfulness and looks with fear on heedlessness is not liable to fall. He is in the presence of nibbana, lying to fall. What is this lying to fall here? Turn to the next page. So there is a note there. Lying to fall. One, because of the spiritual height which he has attained, he is not liable to fall. So actually, when we say that when we attain the first stage of enlightenment, second stage, third stage, fourth stage, so from the first stage onward, actually we are not lying to fall to the Appaya, that means
woeful state.
Yeah, woeful state. That means the hell, animal realm, or hungry ghost realm. So not lying to fall into this miserable state. So, but we are all the way onward, going up and up until to Nibbana. Santike Nibbana. Santike means near, very close, close to Nibbana, or present to the Nibbana. So 修行生喜乐不放逸，恐怖放逸，究竟终究达涅槃。So in Appamada, this Chinese translation is very short and very straightforward. So in the ancient time, when the Buddha was present at time, so monks usually, when he met the Buddha, and then Buddha gave the subject of meditation, and they practice very seriously. They go to the forest or to the remote area to practice seriously. Or they under a good teacher guidance, so they go to a very quiet, solitude place to practice. So then during that time, about 500 years from the Buddha time, 500 years. So we will say that many arahants. Then after 500 years later, then less and less, and becoming today, people like to ask me, is there any more arahant in this world? People like to ask me, so what about your idea? Any more arahant?
More and more difficult to find.
Because I cannot say that there's no more arahant.
Yeah.
then I cannot say that, oh, they are still Arahant because I do not know exactly. Actually the Arahant, then Buddha had mentioned that if as long as the Dhamma is there, they are the one who attain the first stage, the second stage, the third stage, and the fourth stage. So because the Dhamma, the path is there. So only the people put the effort and then they see the path, they practice it, and then they can attain it. It's not say impossible. Then if the disappearance of the Dhamma, then there is no more Arahant. So therefore, I cannot say there is no more Arahant, and I cannot say that many people sometimes say that, oh, this is Buddhist country. There are monks who can fly and can perform miracles, they are Arahant. So to me, that is all the miracle and the power of the mind. Sometimes the mind, they have a very good sila and also many very good concentration, and then they can attain this spiritual attainment. I mean, this kind of mundane spiritual attainment. Then they can see something. They can our normal people cannot see. For example, reading your mind, and also to see the future, the past, and things. Also, even Buddha's time, also not the Buddhist sect. There are people who also have this kind of psychic power. So therefore, it's not through that psychic power that we say they are Arahant. Though they wear the robes and things. So only the spiritual attainment that the Buddha mentioned, the first stage, the second stage, or the third stage, or the fourth stage, we say the Sotapan, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahat. Then they are the real sages, we say, in Buddhist sense. So then once you step into it and then you practice the most 7 times, the first entry, then some no need 7 times in this very lifetime. In this very life, then sometimes say, in this very life. So in this very life, you can attain hardship even. That is possible if the path and the path is there and it is clear. Okay, now we see this one. The monk who developed contentment, Tissa. When you say you hear Tissa, there are many Tissa also, so we must see which Tissa. So this Tissa is Nigama Wasi Tissa. So in front of the Tissa, there's a Nigama Wasi Tissa. Was born and brought up in a small town near Savatthi. So after becoming a bhikkhu, he lived a very simple life. For alms food, he went to village where his relatives were staying and accepted whatever was offered to him. So monks go for alms round. So especially in Buddhist country like Burma, Thailand, or Sri Lanka, even we can do this Dhammapada. But it's not a custom in Sri Lanka that their monks always go out for alms. But in Thailand, it's a custom. When I live in Thailand, so early morning, about 6 o'clock, then we dress up ready and we go. We take the alms bowl and we go. And the people are already waiting on the street or in front of their house. And they have packed with the plastic. And then sometimes with the incense and the flower also they offer. In that way. So it's a custom for them. But in Burma, it's not so, but arranged type, I think. Because when the monk want to go for alms round, they queue up, and then in front there is somebody to hit the gong. And then the monk follow. People heard the gong. So they know that the monk coming, and they're already there to offer. Okay. So, but in Malaysia also with many places, now the monks are trying to go around and to let the people understand about this Dhammapada.
I think the power group do a lot.
And
You don't have to ask for permit.
no need. Malaysia no need.
Indonesia you need.
Yeah. In Singapore you are not allowed, but in Malaysia is okay.
No need permit.
No need, no need.
Anywhere.
Yeah, because in my hometown I also go for arms round,
Mm.
and then I go to
No, so
Canada
far
State
no.
also.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know,
No need
but
to
Cities. In
Then
the
you
big
don't
city,
you don't
maybe.
have a case of fake monk?
Fake monk, the people will know
No.
because usually they
Yeah.
stand there and they're collecting money and give the
I think
kankai,
The bigger cities they need.
and then the track or
Subang and
whatever.
all that, they do
But the monk
municipality
we go,
form.
we always say we
Already?
don't accept
I'm
money.
sure.
We
I
just
don't-
accept
then-
food or
yeah.
whatever.
I'm not too sure.
Otherwise, they think that we are also the same, collecting money.
KL,
So
Singapore
therefore,
temple,
we say you want to offer
surroundings
money,
outside
you
when
offer to
they
the
have big
temple.
occasion.
Or give to
Yeah.
the
Better,
yeah.
better.
the big occasion, yes,
Yeah.
but no. But then I don't know. So the reason why Malaysia started all those arms round is because we have a lot of fake monks that people actually give money.
Really?
So no, we do have people that like wearing robes and get money. That was
Oh.
years back when I was still in Malaysia. So what they did was that, so there are quite a few of the Buddhist organizations trying to educate the public by going arms round. And it's not like, a big event. It's just basically the monks just walk, and then they didn't tell anybody. Whoever can just go in and offer food. And they will tell the devotee, no money, just put food inside. So to educate people that if you want to offer, just offer food. So that people will understand that you do not put money in. I think it's a way of educating the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But during my time when I was just ordained, then I lived in Kedah State, where around our temple, the Wat, there are many these Thais, Buddhists there. So we are having the custom of going to collect alms. Collect alms, just only collect the food, mean the rice. And then there's somebody, a boy, to carry the matang.
The tiffin
tiffin.
carrier.
And then whatever veggie that they put it there, and then we just collect back and we pour it. And the Machi will prepare the food in the temple for us to eat. So because for our training, we just ordain and then in the Thai temple, and then just go to the Thai village is very near, walking distance. So then we have this habit of practicing, collecting alms. So and then they also like very much the monks to come, and then they are ready to
When they
come.
practice every day when he's in Ayatawa, almost every man.
But that's your hometown, everybody knows you.
No, but I think in KL we have quite a few places. I think there are routinely weekends on the market that they actually have it. I know one of them is like in Puchong area that they always go. There's a Pa'aut groups that they always go.
Yeah.
And they are different. I think Pa'aut group are very active in doing the arms round on the.
They want to let people to know,
Yeah.
to also have the chance to practice this almsgiving. This is a very tradition,
Yeah.
very ancient tradition. Where if we monk not going, so this tradition will be lost. People only know the monk collecting alms, but they do not have the opportunity to see. This kind of monk. Yeah. So this monk, Nigama Wasi, is born in a small town near the Savatthi, and then he became a bhikkhu and lived a simple life. Every day he went for alms food in the village, to the village where his relatives were staying, and accepted whatever was offered to him. Sometimes to the relative places, of course, they were prepared, but if to the non-relatives, sometimes they offer some not like to offer you also. So he avoided big celebration and ceremony, so he actually don't want to join all this kind of ceremony thing. So even when Anatha Pintika and King Pasenadi of Kosala, so that time King Pasenadi Kosala very famous, Anatha Pintika, so these two very famous in the north, were make offerings on a grand scale. So he did not go. So this monk live a very simple life. Don't want to mix with many people. So some bhikkhus then started talking about him. They accused him of keeping close to his relatives and not caring to go even when people like Anatha Pintika and King Pasenadi were making offerings on a grand scale and so on. So sometimes if you don't want to join this one, people also accuse you. Say why you see this King Pasenadi, a big supporter, king to the Buddha Sasana, and also another thinker offering you don't want to join. Then you always go to the village where your relatives live and accepting alms from them. So when the Buddha was told about this, he sent for this monk to give him the opportunity to explain that while it was true, he frequently went to his village. It was only to get alms food, and when he had received enough food, then he did not go any further, even caring whether the food was delicious or not. So Buddha was also, when this thing was reported to the Buddha, so Buddha will usually send a monk to come here to ask whether is it true or not, people talking about you in that way. So Buddha asked him to explain. So the monk gave him the opportunity to explain that where it was true, he frequently went to his village for alms food and so on. So whereupon the Buddha applauded. So actually he said that he just go for alms not enough, and then he come back, then he will live a very simple. So not actually looking for good or delicious food or attached to family. Sometimes this family is very rich, then I go, or they are what, so that kind of thing. So then Buddha applaud, say, oh, sadhu, to applaud him for his conduct in the presence of the other bhikkhus. So Buddha actually wanted to show this monk is very diligent to the other bhikkhu. So he was told that, so Buddha also told them, the bhikkhu, that to live contentedly with only a few ones is in conformity with the teaching of the Buddha and the noble ones, and that all bhikkhus should indeed be like this. In this connection, and then Buddha further related the story of the king of the parrots. So there are many Jataka stories. This is a concerning Jataka story. Do you know of this story? King of the parrots. Anyone heard about this story? You see, in Sri Lanka temple, they like to draw a lot of pictures. So many of these Jataka stories, especially you go to the giant Buddha in Sri Lanka, inside there, all the picture of the Jataka, 500 of the story.
So it's Vesantara Jataka.
That one is very long also. So once upon a time, the king of parrots lived in a grove of the fig trees on the bank of the Ganges River. So fig tree, fig tree. But this fig tree is a very old and big fig tree, bear a lot of fruits, where all these parrots and the birds like to eat fig tree. 无花果. So with a large number of his followers, so this parrot is a lot come to stay there nearby this Ganges River. So when the fruits were eaten, all the parrots left the grove, except the parrot king, who was well contented with whatever was left in the tree where he dwelt. Who was so contented with whatever was left in the tree, and then where he dwelt, so be it shoot or leaf or bark. Okay. So you see, big amount of parrot come to eat the big, this pig. So no matter how big, so this parrot can eat finish, or they just eat and then drop it, eat and drop it. So will empty the pig also. But the king of the parrot still remain there, but the other, after eating, no more. So all the parrots gone, flew away. 未知哦嘅意思。剩一隻 king 無走。Why? He is very contented. He want to live alone and eat whatever remain, even bark of the tree or leaf. So Sakka. Now you see all the story in the Japaka like to connect with the Deva. This is Sakka Deva. Knowing this and wanting to test the virtue of the parrot king, wither out the tree by his supernormal power. So 我这提供的是要起人哦，要考试你看看你哦，到底呢你是不是真的这么修行？So he make the tree wither, làm nó sẽ nó ta by his supernormal power. Then assuming the form of a geese. This is it. What is the between these goose, geese, and there are two different types. You know, one is white and then one is a grey type.
I think geese
Different.
is one.
One.
Geese is more than
Yeah,
one.
but there's a different type of species.
Swan,
Swan and the
geese.
and the geese. Yes,
Yeah.
swan and the geese. So what is the difference between swan and the geese?
Swan
can
is
fly.
completely white.
White compared-
Longer necks.
Oh, longer neck.
Whereas the geese are shorter necks and
They don't
They can fly.
They're more, they can fly.
Both can fly. Yeah?
But
But geese is long distance, they can migrate.
Oh, geese can migrate.
no,
okay.
swan can migrate, right? Or
Swan is
cannot.
not so much.
It's only very beautiful.
Yeah.
Mostly in the lake, there we see
Swans
swan.
stay in the water more of the time.
But I think, I don't know, the Bhikkhu is like Hangsa, but people is like peacock. So that maybe at that time in India, swan can fly really fast.
Hamsa is a swan.
Yeah, so
Hamsa is swan. Hamsa in Pali is a swan.
yeah.
Because in Jataka story also
Maybe in
have this
India,
Hamsa.
swan can fly.
Those days, maybe the swans can fly. And now it's
Domesticated.
Yeah, the time maybe it's a smaller size. Not so big now, cannot fly.
too good in the life. Eat too much.
Yeah, then slowly, yeah, cannot fly anymore. So then, assuming the form of the geese, this one is a geese can fly. So Sakka and his queen came to where the parrot king was and asked him why he did not leave the old bitter tree that had stopped bearing fruit plentifully. So you see, you want to test this king of the parrots. So ask this Sakka in the form of the geese, and then always also come with the wife. You see the story. 提供啊來啦，有一波嘅啦。How many wives 提供嘅？Four.
Four? Oh.
Four.
Islam ah.
Yes. You see, we have the story. The first one, because of Tikong during that time done a lot of miracles. The first wife also did. So later, the wife also born in the Tikong place. The first one, the second one, the third one. But the fourth one said, no need. I don't have to do because the Tikong, Sakka, done whatever. The miracles also I have to share. So I don't need to do. But then later, she was born as a what?
Human? Animal?
As a bird.
Bird?
The bird with a very long neck and very beautiful and the white color and eating fish.
Oh, like an egret, I think.
Okay.
Egret.
Eagle.
You can't just connect the
Yeah,
sweet.
Eagle.
Yeah, egret.
Pèse cái yêu, pèse cái yêu là.
Yeah.
But
No, pelican?
quite
No, no,
big
no.
size one. It's not a small size, but it's a
Pelican
big
is
size
long,
and
big. It's a
beautiful.
long,
long,
big.
big. Yes.
Yeah, egret.
Uh,
They fly too. It's
So
just-
and very beautiful because of her previous
Bangau.
huh?
In
Ah,
Bangau.
like bangau. That's right.
So and then he comes see, oh my first wife is here, second wife is here, third wife is here. So where the fourth wife? Oh, fourth wife already born as an animal, the birds. So later he went there and then educate this the fourth wife to say that to keep the first precept, Panatipata.
Oh, that's
Wow.
hard.
Oh, then what she gonna
Because
eat one?
she actually eat fish.
Yeah.
To survive from this fishing. So, and then in the form, and then let her to know that to keep this precept, then you will be returned back to be born as a human being again. So, and then she finally understood, and then she kept the first precept.
How did she keep
And then,
it?
yes, cannot survive,
on
so
what?
they had to die.
She
Had to
died.
die. She died. She died and
Starvation.
then born again in India
Ah.
Mm.
as a lady, a poor family.
Oh.
And then from there also you can recall back the past life.
Mm.
And then she go to the temple to do dana and do, until 60 years, and then she passed away. So in that way, and then later connect to the day.
So became the fourth.
Yes. So come back. So this fourth one will always follow the Qigong. Because she actually born to the Qigong there, to the Asura realm.
Oh.
Asura ran the ladies, Asura, the lady is called what? Asura is there are this male and female. There's Asura lady, very beautiful, but Asura very fearful type. It's a yakka type. So then Qigong knew that she was born there, and then went there and grabbed her, take her away, took her away. So the story goes that way.
I didn't realize Qigong got so much of power, the Saka, to change people's life or.
To a certain extent,
Oh.
我拜天公是拜沙家，
Qigong,
Saka.
Saka equal
Mm.
is Buddhist, right? So in Sri Lanka, they have this Saka Deva, Vishnu, all this the Dhamma protector
Yeah,
for Buddhism and
For
to the
one
country.
Chinese 天公是第一大咯。
Taoist, Taoist don't know.
Taoist,
But actually there are this Taoist God also San Jamia, even higher.
Oh, higher than Saka.
Saka, because they say the creator, the three this San Qing and Zhen Zhen. So this the king of parrots replied, because King Kong asked him why, because this fruit tree is no more bearing fruit and withering away, no more fruit, then why you still live here? So the king of parrot replied, because of feeling of gratitude towards the tree. So sometimes we may think that this is a foolish idea. When the tree is no more bearing fruit, why you still keep on? Then you must be not wise, not intelligent, but it is to them, because they have certain, you know what we say, 他们的那个 determination, whatever they want to do. So if he feel that he wanted to be grateful to this tree, so gratitude towards the tree, I did not live. And so long as I can get just enough food to sustain myself, I shall not forsake it. So this is what the Bodhisattva practice. The Bodhisattva practice is very different, and then it's very difficult for people to judge and then to comment. For example, the Vesantara Jatasa.
Oh, yeah.
And then you say, oh, this man is foolish. Why leave the kingdom? Why leave the wife and family and the daughter?
It's
and the
okay
son?
to leave everything, but giving the life away, the wife
So,
also has a
to the
life.
common people, they cannot accept this kind of idea. But for these people, they are practicing certain paramita to fulfill. So they
Yeah.
don't.
If I
We
were
don't
the
give
wife,
up.
hell no. It's not your life.
Yeah.
It's my life. You cannot give away my life.
Yeah, so it's so better not to complain other people too much, because different people different path practicing going on. So then this one, much impressed by this reply, the Saka revealed himself, and then from that himself, he took water from a river, then can perform the psychic power and pour it over the bitter fig tree. Thì con găng dây sợi ria, thì chui à, cô ấy trắng này trắng quạ 仙水了 Pour it over the little fig tree and then it was revived. So this is the story of when you practice, you have to practice diligently. Then you are in the presence of the Appamada. Then we go on. So chitta Vagga. What is chitta? Mind. Chitta.
In Malay, what?
Chitta.
Chitta.
Chitta is like ambition. Is your ambition, what you want, your goal, what you want to fulfill.
Oh, Malay also have chitta.
Ambition.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's only one T. It's
Yeah.
CITA.
Oh, there's Indonesian ambition is cita-cita.
What does it mean? Same thing?
Ambition.
Ambition is
Yeah.
cita-cita.
Yeah.
But this cita becomes batin.
The mind. So andanang chakalang chittang durakang duniwarayam ujung karoti medhavi usu karova tejanam warija awarijova hale kitto okamak kata ubhato Haripandati idam chittang maradeyam ahatave. So the mind, flickering, flicker mind, difficult to guard. This mind is running here and there, flickering. So difficult to guard the mind and difficult to control the mind. The wise person straighten eats as fracture straighten an arrow, like a fish that is drawn from its watery abode and thrown upon land. Even so does this mind flutter. Hence should the reign of the passion be shunned. So there are two notes here, 1 and 2. We go back and see 1 and 2, page 111. Chitta Vagga. Chitta is derived from the root. In Pali and Sanskrit, they have the root. The word of the root is chit, C-I-T. So in Thailand also chit. They use the word chit, Thailand. So chit is mind. So the traditional interpretation of the term is that which is aware of an object. So traditionally, so interpretation is the awareness of the object. So the mind is aware of something. Awareness of the object. Chinteti, vijanati. So the Pali word refer to these two. So actually it is not that which thing of an object as the term implies. If it could be said, it thinks, or as one say in English, it rains. So it would be more in consonance with the Buddha's teaching. From an alternate standpoint, chitta may be defined as awareness of an object. So chitta means awareness of an object. So 用这个字思想思考思，因为你用这个心字啊。心大多数有两个意思，一个是我们这个心的心，心脏的心；一个你有心没有心。如果我用你说你有没有心啊？你读书没有心，没有用心，没有用心的话呢，你没有在那个注意。所以在这里的这个记得呢，是你的注意一样的东西，所以记得。So you'll be here, standpoint chitta may be defined as awareness of an object. Since Buddhism denies a subjective agent like a soul, so chitta is not a soul, in the sense of the soul. According to Buddhism, no distinction is made between mind and consciousness. So sometimes people like to put to me also, what is the meaning of consciousness and what is the meaning of mind? So conscious of thing.
Awareness.
So it's the awareness of the object, consciousness. So the mind part, sometimes we say that there is this Kaya Nupasana, Chitta Kaya Nupasana, Vedana Nupasana,
Feeling, body
And then-
feeling.
Dhamma Nupasana, Chitta Nupasana, Dhamma Nupasana, Chitta Nupasana.
Yeah.
So Chitta Nupasana, that means consciousness, the awareness of the mind, awareness of the mind.
So what is the difference between Mano and Chitta?
Yeah, people
Mano comes
put
first.
Mano and then Chitta.
Mano becomes Chitta.
Yeah, there's a first Dhammapada, Mano, Pubbang, Dhamma. So now the Chitta, Vagga.
Okay.
So
Mano is always becomes Chitta.
yeah, because Mano, Pubbang, Dhamma, mind is the foreigner. So here, the English translation, mind is the foreigner. So this mind and this Chitta, is it same?
I think it's changed.
Not quite, I think.
Mano cannot, doesn't have to be aware. Sometimes we think without aware.
Actually, we are not really too aware, but if there is no awareness, we won't do the thing actually. Consciousness. So are you conscious or somebody unconscious? So we use the word, huh?
Conscious, unconscious, unconscious is like medical, is completely unconscious.
Yes.
But I
But
don't
sometimes
think this
we're
context
conscious
is
but
on
not
that
aware.
conscious. Yeah.
Sometimes we're conscious, we drive, but sometimes we're just not aware where we are.
So that is very short moment that you will suddenly blank. If you totally unconscious of the way you are driving, then you go to serious problem. Really, that is a very dangerous thing, unconscious. So yeah, this is the thing, Mano, Chitta, and then a few very close, they interplay the words, interplay. But you see how the different, you see it's Chitta here. Now we are talking about. So maybe defined as awareness of an object, since Buddhism denies the subjective agent like the soul. According to Buddhism, no distinction is made between mind and consciousness. So mind and consciousness can be the same thing.
Sometimes though depends on the context, right?
Yeah, how you construct the sentence.
No, it depends on the context. I mean, this context it might be the same, in other contexts might be different.
Mm.
Yeah. Like,
So for example, 植物人他还有 conscious 吗？
In medical,
well,
植物
medic,
人也在
medical term, they might not be, but I don't know because
the person who just only
Vegetables,
vegetable.
Comatose, is it?
comatose.
Is it comatose?
Yeah, but I don't know. But the thing is that to me, in my field, is like we still talk to the patient. We still talk to the person who are comatose
yeah, the
They-
conscious is
because
still
they
there.
still have some level
Yeah,
of.
but controlled by the
Is there
machine.
memory?
Well, we don't know. Only Buddhas know. Okay.
Is when you talk to this
Because-
person, yeah, is there memory as in if the person comes out of the comatose state, would the person be able to recall what
The
Yes.
problem is that
told to him?
when we talk about the comatose, are we talking about those comatose, that vegetative that has been comatose for years? And a lot of this kind of patient, I've never seen one that actually wake up. I mean, they might have YouTube or other places that say somebody wake up, but I have
very,
never.
very few.
I have never seen one
Yes,
that in my
yes.
career, so I don't know. But generally, when we talk to them, when we do something, you can see, like the eye maybe, if let's say they don't open eyes, they can see some facial changes and stuff like that.
There's still,
there are
there's
some-
still consciousness.
There are still
Actually,
some
the
level.
consciousness is still there running.
There's still
But
some
the
level.
response, the response and thing, they are not like normal people
Yeah.
respond.
But usually the doctor, when they ask the family to unplug, is usually the doctor there is no brain activities.
So that's a different thing though. So when you got to that stage, right, they have to medically, when they diagnose two, they want to pull out the plug. Is so actually they in America is a totally different thing. You want to pull out the plug, you can pull out the plug if you are really terminally ill in it. But then when you're thinking about talking about that context of brain death, then there is a way of diagnose. That means we have to they have to do a scan to see that there's blood perfusion in the brain or not. That's one way of diagnose. And you have to have the two sets of diagnose, two different different people to check all the senses, like they got reflexes, like the eye reflexes, whether we kind of stop the ventilator, whether the person will actually start breathing without the ventilator support. That will be one of the things that they're going to check. And then they also will check whether they got electrical waveform or not. That is how they diagnose that brain death. Then that will be when that you can decide, because sometimes brain have died, but the heart, because heart can still pump, whether our brain is alive or not. If the young heart, they can still work and pump the blood. So at that point of time, then the doctor will say that the brain is no longer have any activities. The heart pumping is just because the heart muscles just continue pumping at its own, and it will die eventually if you. So that's one thing. But then there are other situations that can actually, in the medical field, that they can actually suggest to the family that if they decided that they don't want to continue treatment, and they can actually stop treatment.
So in Buddhism, actually, though we are paralyzed or we say in coma and things, but the consciousness is still running there. It's still running there. So the person is still alive. But only thing, maybe the brain cell already dead, quite a huge amount. Those only remain a certain little amount to go on. Then in that way, and then certain this consciousness, because of consciousness there are this eye consciousness, the ear consciousness, no consciousness. So the mind is the main one who go to get all the other consciousness. When the mind consciousness come to the eye, then the eye consciousness again, seeing. Then the consciousness go to the ear, then it becomes the ear consciousness of listening. Or go to the nose, then attention, then the smelling. So then all these senses are actually decaying, or just only very little knowing. Because there are some little response. Even my sister was also in the coma state. So I can see that sometimes also like little bit of tear coming out, and then a little bit of moving only, but cannot really. They already say that is already the brain.
The thing, there are different things. So a coma is a patient in coma, a person in coma. When they still have brain perfusion, means that the brain still got blood flow, and they might still have some electrical activities. But when we talk about brain death, is that they don't even have any reflexes that Bhante is mentioning, and then they don't even, because they have to test. So they normally will have two different persons. One will be neurology, the brain specialist, and then they might find two different brain specialists to do at different time, and then they have to do a scan to see their blood vessel, and then they will do what we call an EEG, means that they have to do an electrical waveform to check. So when we call brain death, means they are not considered coma. Coma means that they still have like blood perfusions, and you can see the reflexes, the tearing and stuff like that. But when you go to brain death, they will not have any of those anymore. So there are two different things.
Actually, when Buddhism talking about hadaya means heart. So the mind usually in this Western it says mind here.
Yeah.
So but hadaya is the main thing that actually in Buddhism is the chitta.
Okay.
Chitta here, the chitta is always alive, is there. So once this chitta is stopped, and then all the consciousness and everything stop.
Okay.
So you say that the heart is still functioning.
So
pumping.
yeah.
So then the life is still there. But only thing, this is already there.
Okay.
I mean, the consciousness of the brain, consciousness, I mean, the thinking process and everything, with remembering things, stop. All the hearing also is already stopped, is already decaying. So all the, actually we say these six senses. The eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body and the mind. So these six senses, actually these six senses, they have their own place where to stay there. So, but usually when the say in the ancient time is always used the word chitta. Chitta
Okay.
is hadaya.
So Bhante, I just got a question here. What is the Buddhist perspective about when, like, we talk about organ donation? We have, because like previous time, in the previous hospital that I worked with, we had a lot of young patients that had went into accident and then they have done the brain death test, and they are actually, I mean, some of them are brain dead, and then they're actually willing to do the organ donation while they're having the heart pumping. So what do you think about that? I mean, on the medical side, we will think that that's actually a good thing, because you are brain death already. Well, because we cannot wait till the heart stop pumping. Once the heart stop pumping, all the organ we cannot use. So since the heart is still pumping, the blood pressure is still good, then they will take the opportunity. And in fact, quite a number of the Buddhist family actually agree for the patient who actually donate all the organs to benefit at least 5 or 6 people. So
it's actually individual.
Oh, it's individual.
It's individual. If you have this mind of donating your organs and things, so then of course when the doctor already proclaimed that your brain is already damaged or stopped functioning, so you already signed up, you donate for your organs. So during that time it's still functioning, the heart and the body still intact, then that time you have to give already.
Okay.
Because your wish is to donate, then you cannot wait until too long and then it's cannot use anymore.
Okay.
Another, just a very quick question before we go on. So earlier on you were saying that even though the person is in a comatose state, but the consciousness is still there. Consciousness is still there. But the hospital will tell you that this person in a comatose state, there's no chance that the person will come out of it. So unless the person has a directive to say that in case I'm in a situation like that, my request is my life not to be sustained with all these things, then it's okay for the family to say carry on, unplug. But if the person does not have a directive like that, if the family decides to unplug, that means you are ending the life of this person. So it is killing.
Yeah, it's not silanang suganti yanti.
Actually, it's a big question for the Buddhists, because this is the thing that for the family to decide later, because the person have not give any directive. To say that anything happen like this, that you can take away. So, for example, my family also the same. My sister.
Did she give a directive?
No, and then it was just only depend on that.
Ventilator.
That thing. So the son and the daughter family had to say that to stop this one for the mother, because the doctor already said that the brain is already dead.
Dead. No activity.
Just only because of this ventilator that still function. You see that the heart is pumping and the life is still going like.
It's a very difficult decision to make, isn't it?
It's
Because
very difficult.
It is.
So
what kind of quality of life? No quality.
No, actually, that's why. So before my mom died, I think about 6-7 months before my mom died, it was kind of an opportunity that came up that I happened to attend a friend's funeral, husband's funeral. So when I come back, I sat down with my mama and all my sisters were at home. So I asked my mom, I said, okay, just in case you're in that situation, what kind of funeral do you want? That's the first question I asked. So she picked one, she wanted Theravada Buddhist. And then I said, okay, now in case of, you got this, do you want us to put a tube in? Do you want to do anything? So it's her wish that she, and I feel like it's important that for us to, I know it's a pantang, a lot of us don't like to talk about it, but if there's opportunity arise, it's actually good to talk about it
in the family,
brothers and sisters around, then, and that's how actually we all have to make a decision when my mom was got very sick. But it's a very tough decision. Sometimes until today, I still kind of question myself.
Yeah. Especially the Chinese family, they don't like to talk about this before thing happen.
Yeah.
So until the thing happen, that time is no more time for them to discuss this matter.
So can you have a directive?
Yeah.
Yours is unplugged.
Unplug, donate my organ
Oh, very good.
in your
But then you have
license.
Did
I'm not signed
you
yet.
put in your driver's license, DNR?
Yeah, don't know.
Or you don't put
Yeah, you
DNR?
can put in your driver license.
In the driver
So they ask
DNR or
when you apply
has
for.
to be donor or DNR. DNR is do not resuscitation.
But they do not resuscitate only a certain condition, not every
Yeah.
condition.
So you
Yeah.
have to be prepared. So
Yes,
I think I have got the directive to unplug.
Okay.
To me,
Otherwise,
cremate
your
my
son
body,
or the
if-
family member
if
very
I'm in
difficult to
coma,
decide for you.
unplug immediately and cremate my
Or
body.
take whatever can use.
Yeah.
Because we
Help
the Buddhists,
yourself.
that Appamada, and then talking about killing a father and mother especially is very big crime for this thing.
Yeah, Appamada literally to stop breathing out.
Yes, stop breathing out and in.
The
Prana.
Panatipata is the stop of breathing. Yeah. So
Stopping the exhalation.
yeah.
Okay.
Something to think about.
Yes. This question will always arise.
Okay.
From the family, especially they have this thing happen. So this one consciousness between the mind and consciousness term which are used equivalence for chitta also. You see equivalent for chitta. So three are all come together. The mind, the consciousness, and then this thing. Okay, the second shang. Pahakawe is used in the sense of pahaka, but should be shang. Should be given out. Pahana means giving out. Shang, stop. Okay, here you see what is happening here. So the Chinese translation, the fourth. So 如取之，它是这个是得比最得比破布 yes。动摇的心，动摇的清照的心难防护。我们的心很动摇，很会起这个清照。So and then 很难防护它，守护它，难治，难良治，智者行正治，如这个呢，这个剑呢，弓箭的师调整这个剑字 ，just like the one who make the arch, the what is that, the arrow, archer. So straighten it. Number 34，如取处息于水中的鱼。Oh, that one is another one. So 佛丢在那个陆地上，以这颗藏树的心逃于恶魔的领域。Just like the fish taken up from the water and then throw on the earth or on the ground. So then this fish will jump here and there. So the mind is just like this, difficult to run away from the Mara ram, the ram of the Mara. Okay, here. Meghiya, who could not control his mind. Oh, this story related to this monk Meghiya. So one day he was actually serving the Buddha, and then later he said that he wanted to go to meditate. And then Buddha knew that he is not, his mind is not ready yet for him to go alone to meditate. So Buddha stopped him. First time, second time, and third time he asked repeatedly until the third time Buddha said, okay, you can go. Then he went there, he sit down, he cannot control his mind. His mind was so wild and then many things happened that he can see all the, the previous thing. So then Buddha later give this Dhammapada to instruct him. On one occasion, on his return from ashram, the Venerable Meghiya noticed a pleasant and beautiful mango grove. So India, plenty of mango, especially everywhere. So which he thought was an ideal spot for meditation. So sometimes though this place is good for meditation, but you are not still ready yet. So it's not good to practice during the time. So he asked the Buddha's permission to let him to go there. So at first the Buddha asked him to wait for some time, knowing that simply liking another place would not help him in his meditation. So Meghiya was in a hurry to go, and so he repeated his request again and again until finally the Buddha allowed him to go. Okay, this story. Here. Then thus Meghiya set up for the mango grove, sat at the foot of a tree and practiced meditation. So he stayed there the whole day, but his mind kept wandering and made no progress. So he returned in the evening and reported to the Buddha how all the time he was exiled by thoughts of associated with. Okay. So excited and figure one should control one's mind in a proper manner wherever one is, reflecting mindfully on the admonition given by the Buddha. Meghiya attained the first stage of sainthood. Oh, he just only attained the first stage.
Oh, so good.
Huh?
Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a monk. This person is a monk. Yeah. Okay, this is a very short story about this. Because sometimes when we go to practice meditation and so on, so our past previous thing will come out. So it will appear and in your mind that you cannot control. So therefore this thing happened to this monk. Okay, I think Then next week Sunday we go out for Dhamma, and then Saturday, if possible, anyone can come. Saturday. You Saturday?
I don't know. I think most probably I cannot come
Okay,
because
we'll see how.
I'm not in town. For
So
2 weeks.
Sunday we are not here. Only Saturday, then we see if we not people, then we will have a class. Otherwise, we'll see how. We'll inform you. Okay? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Itavata jammehi sampadam punya sampadam. Sabbe deva, sabbe buddha, sabbe satta. Anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Idame punyam asavakaya bhavahotu nibbanasa pacayo hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
stop this. How to stop this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
How to stop?